Bills Mafia, what's going on? Before we dive into today's huge update, let me start with something that this team has made crystal clear all season long. The Buffalo Bills are committed to improving every single week. This roster, this coaching staff, they're pushing to refine the details, clean up mistakes, and find that edge that gets you wins in December and January. And if you want to help this channel keep growing just like this team, go ahead and smash that like button right now. It helps a ton. By the way, Bills fans, if you want official Buffalo Bills gear, jerseys, hats, or the new Sideline pieces, I left the link to the official store below. It helps the channel and keeps you geared up for the season. All right, let's get into it, because what we're talking about today hits on two massive storylines. Buffalo's leaky run defense heading into a huge matchup, and James Cook being on the doorstep of joining absolute Bills royalty. Bills fans, you probably remember this one. Week 8 of 2019, the Philadelphia Eagles came into Orchard Park, and the Fly Eagles Fly chants actually took over what is now Highmark Stadium. But it wasn't the Philly passing game that beat Buffalo that day. It was an all-out domination on the ground. The Bills came in red hot at 5-1, their best start since 2008. The Eagles were 3-4, coming off a beatdown by Dallas, and honestly, they looked vulnerable. Early on, the game was tight. Josh Allen even put the Bills ahead with a vintage scramble-heavy drive and a touchdown to Cole Beasley. But a late-half fumble flipped the momentum, and that's where things changed. Because the second the third quarter started, Eagles rookie Miles Sanders ripped straight up the middle for a 65-yard touchdown, untouched. That run broke the game open and exposed something we're seeing again in 2025, the Bills struggling to stop downhill runners. Buffalo gave up 218 rushing yards that afternoon, a number that teams have passed twice already this season against the Bills' ground defense, which currently ranks third worst in the NFL. But what made that 2019 game so frustrating is that you could feel the energy shift. Philadelphia leaned into the ground attack, running behind a physical offensive line, and Buffalo couldn't get them off the field. And fans, the scariest part? The Bills are about to stare down almost the exact same blueprint again this Sunday. Look, Saquon Barkley may not be the same guy he was in 2024 when he won Offensive Player of the Year, but don't let the stat line fool you. This is still a game-breaking player, and he's still more than capable of wrecking your afternoon if he gets to the second level. Think back to 2019. Penn State running back wearing number 26, explosive, running behind an offensive line that loves downhill football. Sound familiar? Saquon and Miles Sanders played together at Penn State, and they bring that same hit-the-crease-and-go DNA. And while Barkley may be on pace for nearly 800 fewer yards this year, all it takes is one 40-yard burst to flip a game. The Bills absolutely cannot afford to let history repeat itself, especially not with the AFC East race tightening and the top seeds still within reach. And let's not forget the other problem. Jalen Hurts is one of the most physical running quarterbacks in the league. You can bottle up Barkley, you can get tight on the edges, but if Hurts starts converting 3rd and 6 with QB draws or sneaking his way through the A-gap, it becomes a long afternoon. The formula is simple. Stop the run, force Hurts to beat you from the pocket, and get off the field. If Buffalo does not win at the line of scrimmage, we could be talking on Monday about déjà vu from 2019. While we're talking about ground games, we absolutely need to shift to the Bills' side because James Cook is on the brink of doing something almost no Buffalo player has ever done. Coming into 2025, the big question was simple. Would the Bills extend Cook, or would they gamble on his final contract year? But Brandon Beane shut that down early with a 4-year extension worth $48 million, a straight-up bargain considering what Cook has delivered. And man, did Cook reward the franchise. He enters Week 37 with 1,532 rushing yards, 12 rushing touchdowns, 288 receiving yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. Over 1,800 total yards from scrimmage already. This is not just a good season, this is an all-time Buffalo Bills season. His previous career high was 1,567 yards back in 2023. He's already blown past that, and now he's staring right at the legendary 2,000-yard mark. Let's put that into perspective. Only 2 players in Buffalo Bills history have ever hit 2,000 yards from scrimmage in a season. O.J. Simpson, 1973-1975. Thurman Thomas, 1991-1992. That's it. 2 Hall of Famers, 2 players who defined the franchise. And now James Cook, a third-year pro, is in position to join that list. And honestly, Bills Mafia, he deserves it. He has been the steadying force of this offense. While Josh Allen gets the headlines, it's Cook who's helped balance this attack, keep drives alive, and take pressure off Allen's shoulders. He has become the reliable centerpiece this team desperately needed after years of searching for consistency in the backfield. And with the playoffs coming fast, Cook has a chance to put the finishing touches on one of the greatest running back seasons Buffalo has ever seen. The beauty of this matchup and the tension is that it puts the spotlight on the 2 things the Bills must confront heading into the postseason. 1, can Buffalo stop elite running games when it matters most? And 2, can their own star running back carry the load and control the game script? Because that's the formula. You want Josh Allen to be the closer, not the entire engine. You win playoff games by dominating the trenches. You protect leads by running. You keep opponents from controlling the tempo. Sunday, Buffalo gets a real test, maybe the most honest one we'll see before the postseason kicks off. Stop Barkley, contain Hurts, feed Cook, let Allen be the hammer late. That's how you win games like this. Brandon Beane is no stranger to criticism. Bills fans know the conversation well. Not investing enough in the wide receiver room, letting defensive talent walk, bringing too many familiar faces back, missing on a few draft picks. With any long-term GM, especially one constantly chasing a Super Bowl window, you're going to have hits and misses. But this year, Beane delivered a home run. When the Buffalo Bills signed edge rusher Joey Bosa to a 1-year, $12.6 million contract, the move didn't just raise eyebrows, it sparked full-blown debate. Was Bosa still elite? Could he stay healthy long enough to make an impact? Was he anywhere close to the player who once terrorized quarterbacks for the Chargers? Fast forward to today, and those questions have been answered loudly. According to Pro Football Focus analyst Bradley Locker, the Joey Bosa
Former Bills all over the list, but Buffalo might have the best value. The rankings also highlight how many former Bills players made headlines this offseason. Rasul Douglas signing with Miami, Poona Ford landing with the Rams, Josh Sweat heading to Arizona. Diggs leaving Buffalo was obviously the biggest name of all. But while a lot of ex-Bills made noise, the Bills may have made the smartest addition of the entire group. And why? Because Joey Bosa has transformed this defense. Bosa's impact has been immediate and dominant. Through his debut season in Buffalo, Bosa has already piled up 5 sacks, 45 pressures, 21 defensive stops, and 5 forced fumbles. And here's where it gets even more impressive. Bosa ranks 7th among all edge rushers in run-stop win rate, sitting at 29%. That puts him in the same statistical neighborhood as Max Crosby, Jared Verse, and Jonathan Grenard. Locker highlighted that Bosa's 88.9 PFF pass rush grade is the 6th highest in the NFL this season. 6th. That's elite territory. His pass rush win rate? 15.8%, ranking 20th, incredibly strong considering the double teams and attention he's drawn all year long. Bosa hasn't just been good, he's been a force, the kind of presence Buffalo desperately needed up front. And as Locker pointed out, in an AFC playoff picture that is wide open, maybe more open than we've seen in years, the Bills might be positioned to make a deep run because of the impact Bosa brings to this defensive line. Let's rewind for just a moment. 2 years ago, the Bills tried this exact formula. Find a veteran, high-end pass rusher capable of elevating the defense in the postseason. That player was Von Miller. And the truth is, Miller delivered early. 8 sacks in his first 11 games, before tearing his ACL in Week 12. Everything changed after that. He was never the same, and the Bills found themselves without the closer they were hoping for. This offseason, Beane looked at the roster and realized something important. Buffalo needed star power on the edge again. They needed a tone setter. They needed a player with playoff experience, violent hands, high IQ, and the ability to dictate protections. Joey Bosa checked every box. And now, he looks like the potential missing piece in Buffalo's push for the Lombardi Trophy. He leads by example, he plays with intensity, he wins reps at a rate few edge rushers can match, and he's elevated the entire defensive line, from young players like Greg Rousseau to interior disruptors to how opposing offenses game plan against Buffalo. This defense has been faster, more aggressive, more confident, and more dangerous because of Bosa's presence. And with the playoffs approaching, the timing could not be better. Let's look at the big picture. The AFC is wide open. Teams are flawed. Quarterbacks are banged up. Rosters are inconsistent. Coaching is uneven across the conference. And in that type of landscape, the teams that get hot, the teams with elite pass rushers, are the ones that separate from the pack in January. Joey Bosa gives Buffalo something they haven't truly had since peak Von Miller: a closer, a defensive hammer, a player who destroys drives with one snap, someone every offensive coordinator must account for. In playoff football, that matters. It changes everything. And that's why this move is being called one of the best of the offseason, because it didn't just fill a need, it filled the right need. So here's what I want to know, Bills fans. Do you trust this defense to stop the run when it matters, or are you worried we're about to see another repeat of 2019? And on the other side, do you think James Cook will hit the 2,000-yard milestone? Is he already on track to be one of the all-time great Bills running backs? I want your take in the comments below. Let's talk about it. You guys always bring the best insights. Before you go, if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, drop your thoughts, and subscribe so you don't miss the next big update. We're rolling toward the playoffs, and the news is only getting bigger from here. And don't forget, the official Bills store link is down below if you want to check out the newest gear. As always, go Bills!